The year was 2087 when the massive metallic vessel crashed into the Pacific Ocean, sending tremors across the globe. Maya Patterson, a young marine biologist, was conducting research off the coast of Hawaii when she witnessed the impossible. The alien ship, immense and beyond comprehension, settled on the ocean floor. Within days, governments mobilized, and Maya found herself recruited by Dr. Christopher Blake, a brilliant astrophysicist who led the International Space Coalition. The ship was dead. Its systems dormant, its AI silent. The aliens had abandoned it long ago, leaving behind only the skeletal remains of advanced technology that humanity struggled to comprehend. Inside the massive structure, teams discovered vast chambers filled with intricate machinery, star charts marking routes across the galaxy, and repositories of crystalline data storage devices. The ship's hull was damaged beyond immediate repair, with sections completely destroyed by whatever catastrophic event had forced its crew to leave it behind. Dr. Blake established a research facility within the ship itself, assembling the brightest minds from around the world. Among them was Marcus Johnson, a genius engineer with unorthodox methods, and Dr. Aisha Patel, a quantum physicist who specialized in theoretical propulsion systems. Together they began the monumental task of understanding the alien technology. The ship itself, despite its damaged state, held secrets that could transform humanity's future forever. 3 years into the research, a troubling discovery emerged. The ship's core reactor, though damaged, still contained enough power to excavate ancient data logs. Dr. Patel successfully decoded them, revealing a disturbing truth. The ship had belonged to the Verath, an ancient spacefaring civilization that had encountered a hostile alien species known as the Exarch. The Verath had been forced to abandon their vessel and go into deep hibernation across distant star systems. The Exarch, according to the logs, would be returning to Earth within the next 2 centuries. Panic threatened to spread through the coalition, but Maya proposed something revolutionary. Instead of just studying the ship, humanity should rebuild it, recreate its systems using a hybrid of human engineering and alien technology. The world's governments, facing the existential threat, authorized the largest collaborative project in human history. Resources flowed from every nation. Dr. Blake brought in over 50,000 scientists, engineers, and technicians to work around the clock. Marcus Johnson spearheaded the reconstruction efforts with tireless determination. He created a blueprint that integrated human manufacturing capabilities with alien engineering principles. The team discovered that the alien hull plating could be regenerated using a biological matrix, a process humans had to learn to cultivate and control. Dr. Patel worked on reverse engineering the propulsion system, a technology based on manipulating space-time itself, rather than conventional rocket propulsion. The challenges seemed insurmountable, but one by one, obstacles fell before human ingenuity. 5 years into the reconstruction, the first breakthrough came during an otherwise routine experiment. An engineer named Lucas Rivera, while recalibrating a power conduit, accidentally triggered a dormant subsystem. The ship's internal AI, called Meridian, awakened from its centuries-long slumber. Though the AI was damaged and fragmented, it possessed partial knowledge of its own systems and eagerly cooperated with the humans working to restore it. Meridian became the bridge between human understanding and alien engineering. Through careful dialogue and translation protocols developed by linguists and AI specialists, the ship's systems began to reveal themselves. The reconstruction accelerated dramatically. New discoveries came weekly: self-healing hull technology, energy generation systems that drew power from quantum fluctuations, and advanced navigation systems that could calculate paths through space using 4-dimensional geometry. Maya led the team that established communication protocols between Meridian and human operators. She found that the AI held no resentment toward its abandonment and viewed humanity's efforts as a continuation of its original purpose. The ship, once a dead monument to a vanished civilization, was slowly coming back to life. By 2105, the vessel had been given a new designation by the United Nations, UNSS Rebirth. Teams of specialists began testing each system. The propulsion engines roared to life for the first time in over 10,000 years, held in place by magnetic restraints deep in the ocean trench. Power coursed through the reconstructed reactors. Weapons systems, though kept offline for safety, were identified and mapped. The ship was becoming operational once more, but now it was humanity's vessel. The launch of UNSS Rebirth occurred on March 15, 2106, broadcast live to over 8 billion people on Earth. The ship ascended from the ocean with unprecedented grace, its hybrid systems performing beyond expectations. Dr. Blake, now in his 70s but still leading the charge, watched from the control center as humanity's first true starship broke through the clouds and entered orbit. The initial missions were exploratory. UNSS Rebirth ventured to the Moon, to Mars, and beyond, establishing stations and research outposts at each location. But the ultimate goal was always interstellar travel. On April 2, 2107, the ship engaged its primary propulsion system and made the first jump to a star system 16 light-years away. The technology worked. Humans had achieved faster-than-light travel. Marcus Johnson, now a commander under Dr. Blake's authority, oversaw the expansion of human space exploration. Multiple stations were established in systems near Earth. Mining operations began on asteroids and distant moons. The second ship, UNSS Pioneer, was constructed using materials mined from off-world sources and the combined knowledge accumulated from rebuilding the first vessel. Then came the third and the fourth. Within 5 years, humanity had built a small fleet of starships, each one a testament to the collaboration between human and alien technology. But the discovery that truly changed everything came when Dr. Patel detected unusual energy, signatures emanating from a distant nebula. Investigation revealed an ancient Vareth outpost, dormant for millennia but still intact. Inside, explorers found libraries of knowledge, technical specifications for technologies far beyond even the Rebirth, and, most importantly, star charts showing the location of other Vareth installations across the galaxy. By 2115, less than a decade after the first interstellar voyage, humanity had established a presence in 17 star systems. The United Nations had reorganized itself into the Unified Stellar Government, with Dr. Blake serving as the first High Chancellor. Cities were being constructed on terraformed moons and planets. Resource extraction and manufacturing were happening on scales never before imagined. The economy of Earth itself had transformed, with much of its population now involved in space-based industries. The alliance with Meridian proved invaluable. The AI, now fully restored with the help of human technicians and Vareth technical documentation, became humanity's guide through the cosmos. It taught humans how to navigate the political landscape of alien civilizations, how to understand technologies that predated human civilization by millions of years, and how to maintain the delicate balance between expansion and preservation. Yet the Exarch remained a distant but real threat. Expeditions searching the galaxy found evidence of their expansion, devastated worlds and abandoned civilizations that had encountered them. Humanity worked frantically to gather allies among the few surviving alien species they encountered. Maya, now an ambassador and explorer herself, traveled to distant worlds and forged treaties of mutual defense. On December 21, 2120, as Earth orbited the Sun surrounded by a network of space stations and with fleets of starships departing for distant horizons daily, Dr. Christopher Blake stood in the observation deck of UNSS Rebirth. Now over a century old but still active in his duties, he looked back toward his home planet. Behind him stretched the vast expanse of space, filled with human settlements, outposts, and exploration vessels. The broken alien ship that had arrived as a mystery and a potential doom had become humanity's salvation and the foundation of their ascendancy. From that broken vessel, humanity had risen not just as spacefaring pioneers but as rulers of the stars. The age of isolation was over. The age of human dominion in the galaxy had begun. By 2125, humanity's expansion had accelerated beyond even the most optimistic projections. The Unified Stellar Government controlled over 40 star systems, with colonies numbering in the hundreds of millions across multiple worlds. The construction of massive orbital shipyards allowed for the production of new vessels at an unprecedented rate. Young engineer David Griffin led the design team for the next generation of starships, vessels even more advanced than the Rebirth itself. But prosperity bred complacency, and complacency bred danger. Deep space monitoring stations began detecting anomalies near the outer reaches of explored space. The signals were faint at first, easily dismissed as sensor errors or natural phenomena. Then Captain Victoria Hayes, commanding the Deep Space Survey vessel UNSS Pathfinder, picked up something undeniable. A massive energy signature was approaching from the galactic rim, moving steadily toward known space. The signature matched the technological profile of the Exarch that ancient Vareth records had warned about. Dr. Blake, now over 130 years old and kept alive through advanced medical technology, called an emergency session of the Stellar Council. The threat was real, imminent, and closer than anyone had anticipated. The Exarch were not coming in 2 centuries as the ancient records had suggested. They were already on their way, and they would reach human space within years, not decades. Meridian, the alien AI, processed the data and confirmed what humans feared most. The Exarch were not explorers or traders. They were conquerors and assimilators. Every civilization they encountered was either subjugated or destroyed. Their fleet, according to fragmentary data pulled from Vareth archives, was vast beyond comprehension. Fighting them directly would be suicide. Humanity needed a different strategy. Marcus Johnson, now in his 90s but still sharp as ever, proposed an audacious plan. If humanity could not match the Exarch in raw military power, they could match them in ingenuity. The Vareth had not fought the Exarch directly either. They had scattered their knowledge across the galaxy in hidden installations, ensuring that any species that found them would have the tools to oppose the invaders. Perhaps there were more ancient weapons, more powerful technologies waiting to be discovered in the deep space installations that Meridian's fragmentary memory suggested. An expedition was hastily organized. Maya Patterson, now in her 80s but still capable and determined, volunteered to lead it personally. With a small crew aboard the UNSS Sentinel, a ship equipped with the latest stealth technology, she set out for the coordinates that Meridian had provided. The mission was dangerous. If discovered by Exarch scouts, the small vessel would be destroyed instantly. But the alternative was to sit and wait for the enemy to arrive. As Maya's ship jumped to faster-than-light velocity, heading toward a mysterious installation in a region of space no human had ever explored, the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The broken alien ship that had brought so much promise and progress now represented something far more significant. It was proof that humanity could not only survive in a hostile universe but could adapt, learn, and ultimately transcend their limitations. The question now was whether they could do so in time. The Exarch were coming, and everything humanity had built in the past 4 decades would be tested in the crucible of interstellar war. But with Meridian's guidance, Marcus Johnson's engineering brilliance, Dr. Blake's vision, and Maya's courage, humanity faced the future with hope rather than despair. The age of human dominion in the galaxy had only just begun, and it would be proven in the trials ahead.